Savannah, Georgia, steeped in Spanish moss and filled with Black heritage, holds an enduring story of Black enterprise, bold, resilient, and long-lasting. The history of Savannah's Black businesses dates back to the late 1800s during slavery and after emancipation. Black entrepreneurs opened small shops, started publications, and laid the foundation for a future of ownership against the odds. Savannah's first Black newspaper, the Colored Tribunal, was established in 1875, and the first Black funeral home opened in 1878, and both businesses are still around today. By the late 1900s, there were 2,172 Black businesses in Savannah and the greater Chatham County region, according to the U.S. Department of Commerce. From doctors, lawyers, accountants, restaurants, clothing shops, gift shops, beauticians, barbers, car washes, Black-owned businesses in Savannah continue to rise.
Black Westboro was an economic center for Black Savannah. We had Black banks right there. We had Black hotel right there. And I ask people at times, I say, how many Black hotels are in Savannah right now, in Chatham County right now? None. But you had a host of Black hotels and motels along the MLK or the West Broad Street corridor. Then you also had Black-owned gas stations right there, tire stores right there. Again, pharmacies located along Savannah Pharmacy right there. You have professional buildings of attorneys and also doctors right along there on West Broad Street. Now, the places for us to eat. The Pekin Theater, Black-owned Vaudeville Theater, are located along there. Funeral homes. The oldest Black business in Georgia is Bynesville Funeral Home, located at one time on West Broad Street. So now what happens is something that is almost diabolical, but it happens to Black communities across the entire country. What then happens, we now begin to have the things called urban renewal, but then Fannie Lou Hamer, others call it Negro removal, or some call it urban removal, that you get Black folks out. And so what begins to happen is that now you begin to see Black folks now removed from places, and they begin to target our communities with something called I-16. I-16 and public housing developments. Across the entire United States, Black communities are affected by three things: integration, public housing developments, and the interstate highway system.
This documentary focuses on a small segment of micro-Black businesses that aren't in the history books or museums. These Black entrepreneurs operate with one or two people. Some are family-owned, and many of them can be found selling their products at local festivals and outdoor markets. Every Saturday morning in the heart of Savannah, Forsyth Farmers Market comes alive. Local Black farmers, bakers, and small businesses line the paths with fresh produce, handmade goods, and southern flavor you can't find anywhere else. It's more than a market for these Black vendors. It's a community, a place where food is fresh, the people are friendly, and where the community can support Black micro businesses. There are over 24 Black vendors who participate in the Forsyth Farmers Market each Saturday.
My business name is More Than Cakes. What inspired me to start it was right when COVID hit, my company transitioned to new ownership. And my position was eliminated as a baker there. So it inspired me to go out and do my own business with baking. The challenges, some was financial challenges, getting loans and stuff from banks by me not having enough business capital and stuff. So that was one of the challenges. The location came pretty easy, which was great. And I think that was just the favor of God and the right timing.
I started this business from out of Carver Heights or Carver Village. We started as a sustainable living business where there were thousands of trees of pecans that were being not used or wasted. And so we decided to start a company to rescue, almost like a rescue pecan company, really a sustainable living business where we take a product like a pecan that's been discarded, and we take it and turn it into a sellable product. We do 54 different flavors. We started out with the key lime, and now we do a butter pound cake, lemon pound cake, red velvet, German chocolate cake, and the list just goes on and on. Well, trying to grow the business, having to take my money and put it back into the business each and every time, just countless of times. Just knowing that I would have to reinvest back into my business over and over and over again in order to be able for it to grow.
On this hub, they gave me free range to do what I wanted to do. And so I started doing night baking, ended up cooking for President Clinton when he came down, ended up cooking for him and serving him too on the USS West Virginia. And after then, decided to get out, and my wife said, retired, matter of fact, from subs, and my wife said, well, you know what, you're going to do something with your talents. And I love to cook and love to bake and all that, so we started doing farmers markets and festivals and all, and then we was driving past the building one time, and we walked in and said, well, we're going to open up a bakery. And once we opened up a bakery, the community started saying, hey, y'all need to open up to the public. So we finally went over here to open up to the public, and everything shot off from then. Like I said, I was using the recipe cards. I just go in and bake. And anytime I go in the store, I just get a feel for food. So I'm always creating stuff, like all the stuff I hear, I just create. And I just love what I do. I was at a farmer's market in Richmond Hill, and one young lady, she had these cookies called Eat My Cookies. And she told the that I need to get my black out of here, because I'm coming out stealing money, and I don't need to be down here stealing money. I need to be working for, the other person. So I said, wow. I just killed with Canada. I ignored it because I was like, well, I'm gonna get it. So I just learned, being a business owner, I gotta have thick skin.
100%. If I can support fully in everything that I purchase and consume, I would. However, that's not the case. But as much as I can support black businesses where the person is actually producing the goods, I'm there, full in.
Inspired me to make these drinks is I had a barber shop in Georgetown by the name of Creative Cuts. We used to have employee day and customer appreciation day, and we used to just formulate a drink, not knowing that it would be one of our top sellers 10 years later. And from there, we actually had a dream saying, go ahead and go forth with the drinks and start selling them. And from there, we started out with one drink, and now we make over 33 different drinks. So that what kind of inspired me behind making these phenomenal Islandese quenchers. Challenges that I had was just the support system of people helping me out, and actually I had a barber shop at the time, and we also had a product business as well, and we're just trying to do all three in one time and still raise kids and be a husband. So that was like some of my challenges that I had in starting up the Islandese quenchers.